streams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show, it's out of control.
What is going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP show and also from DWE, the golden boy of DWE. And I am joined by two esteemed special guests tonight. First time ever on the EVP show. So I'm super excited to have them here. Tonight we will be covering the Survivor Series predictions. I want to go ahead and introduce them. They are the directors of DWE, which I'm currently working on, the Golden Boy DWE. And so without further ado, I will get to each one of you guys. I'm gonna start off with DWE Reg. Welcome to the EVP show. Glad you're here. Just kind of come on, and tell us about yourself. Everybody already knows you, but you know.
What's going on, CJ? It's the DWE Director Reg, aka the Reckless Guardian. Sometimes when I get reckless, when I decide to.
Absolutely.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, man. I'm super glad, super pumped for you to be here, as well as the wise man. So my next guest is obviously the wise man. He's also known as the World of Greg. He's also known as the person that is responsible for all of, or a lot, mostly majority of my videos, and helping me get the word out on all the recap shows and his prediction shows. So shout out to him for that. I do it on every stream. He is the wise man. What is going on, brother?
Hey, CJ. It's good to be here, man. But as you said, I am the wise man, and it's great to be here. And sometimes when I decide to get reckless, I be out of control. But other than that, I'm good, man. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me and Reggie on the show, and can't wait to see what we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, I'm super excited for you guys to be here. First time on the EVP show. We already have some comments. So Talking Up has reposted the stream. That is going to cover you guys. Sorry about that. But Talk It Up has reposted the stream. That is either Miami or Final Boss Baby. Shout out to DWE. Shout out to Gimmick Table Media. We're live on the EVP show tonight. We're also live on my X, as well as the CEO, my A1 from day one from A1, however you want to call it, Miami the Great. We're live from his X as well. StreamYard is super jacked up now. I used to be able to stream to about 7 or 8 different locations, but unfortunately, with the plan I have, I can only do 3 at a time. So we're not live on my Facebook. We're just using my YouTube and my X and Miami's X to stream tonight. So yeah, let's just go ahead. We've done introductions. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Survivor Series is coming up Saturday. I believe it's 7 p.m. or maybe 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's going to be at Petco Park, home of the San Diego Padres. If you're a baseball fan, obviously me and Miami cover a lot of sports. So yeah. So I've already seen pictures like the stage set up and everything they got going on with that. So before we get into the matches, I'm going to go to each of you guys, and I want you guys to, if you don't mind, just tell me which match. So I'm gonna get you guys to answer 2 questions before we dive in. The first question, and I'll start with Reg. What match are you looking forward to the most out of the 4, and which one do you feel like is going to be the best match, surprise wise?
The one I'm looking forward to is John Cena's last match. Because they
Okay.
really hyping this up as one of his best last matches that he really wanted to do before he fully retires. And the one I'm actually looking forward to is the new women's match,
Okay.
women's match.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with any four of those picks, but I'm looking forward to the women's match as well, right? So that's definitely good. All right, I'm gonna go to the wise man. Which match are you the most looking forward to, and which match do you feel like there's gonna be something big? Like, you know how WWE, we're on ESPN now, like we're gonna have something groundbreaking, like something big happen.
Well, I'm gonna go with your second question. The most big match that something's gonna happen. I think that's gonna be the Survivor Series men's War Games match, and the match I'm most excited to see. Oh man, there's so many, but I'm gonna go with my counterpart here and say
O-
John Cena, John Cena's match, and also um, Stephanie and Nikki's match. So those
Yeah.
are definitely three matches I would like to see.
Yeah. So for me, obviously you guys know we've been kind of working together, been knowing each other for a long time through Twitter Spaces and YouTube and all that. I wasn't the biggest fan of John Cena's heel turn, but ever since he has went back face, I've really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed his matches. I think that his matches have been really good. I think we've seen a lot of glimpses of the old John Cena. I mean, he's been having some really good matches. So for me, I mean, he's the GOAT. So like you can't go wrong there. I feel like that's probably the match. Like this is his last. I mean, he's gonna fight on Saturday night's main event, but let's face it, like big PLEs, this is gonna be his last one. So like, it's obviously gonna be the one I'm like the most excited about, obviously. And he's facing someone that I've liked for a long time that a lot of people hate, but you guys know I'm controversial, so like I love to go against everybody else and root for the people that everybody else hate. But I'm a big Dirty Dom fan, so like I am looking forward to that. Now the match for me, it has to be the men's War Games. There's going to be something like super big go on in that match. Like it's on. We're on ESPN now. There's no way that that we're gonna like something big's not gonna happen. Like there's no world that I can't see that. But so yeah, just a second. I'm kind of like trying to get send the picture out to everybody, letting everybody know that we're live. I'm retweeting all you guys stuff as well. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. First match, we are going to predictions, comments, anything you want to talk about. This is the EVP show, so this is an open book. I'm part of you guys now, DWE. So I'm gonna let you guys start on the predictions, and I'm gonna go last. Obviously, you guys are my guests, so I want you guys to be able to go first. We're gonna start off with the match for the Intercontinental Championship. It seemed like the majority of us is super excited to see this match. Obviously, John Cena completed the Grand Slam by winning the Intercontinental Championship a couple of weeks ago on Raw. So he is going to be defending that same title against Dirty Dom, which that's the person he took the title from a couple of weeks ago. I mean, Dirty Dom's been Intercontinental Champion since WrestleMania. So he's had a pretty lengthy run with the title, going on over 6 months. So I'm going to start with DWE Reg. I want you to tell me your prediction for John Cena defending, because let's take into consideration he's got this tournament going on. Obviously, I'm not gonna reveal any spoilers for SmackDown, but there's Raw was taped as well. So as of right now, we don't technically know unless we watch the show. But there's 4 people left in his tournament to see who's going to face him, and we'll cover that after the prediction. We'll all give our prediction on who we think is going to face John Cena at Saturday night's main event. But Reg, who do you got in the John Cena Dominic Mysterio match, and why?
For some reason, I got a feeling it's gonna be John Cena because they have hinted multiple times that they want Dominic to be World Heavyweight Champion, and he is up at that caliber now, to where he can now do what Jay Uso has done: step aside from the mid card title and go for the big title to exclude your name from next to your dad's. You got Eddie Guerrero. You got multiple people who've won this title who he can edge his name up to. And now that he's been pushed up here with John Cena, John Cena can push him over the edge by saying, "Hey, I may have won the title from you, but you're next in line to getting the one main title that your family has seen as prestige too, because your father has held it."
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with you there. I don't know. So you think that? I'll ask you this question after Greg. So you think that, Reg? You think that John Cena is going to take this Intercontinental Championship all the way to Saturday night's main event? That's what. So you think he's taking it till the last match?
Yeah, because I got a feeling that he will literally defend it at Survivor Series, to where
Mm-hmm.
he'll retain it, take it at Saturday night's main event to his last opponent. He doesn't defend it there. They changed the title. That would be his last title, be gifted. It would be the spinner belt version of the Intercontinental Championship. To where that's what he walks out with for the last time.
I mean, I like it. I mean, it's an extreme possibility. I'm not going to rule anything out. But yeah, that's definitely a good take. I like that. All right, so I'm going to go to Greg, the wise man. Obviously, who do you have? John Cena, Dominic Mysterio, and why?
I'm gonna have to agree with my counterpart Reggie here and say John Cena, but it is Dom's hometown, so I expect him to start off, very heavy. I do expect John to retain because, again, like my counterpart Reggie just said, I see him taking the title to Saturday night's main event, and also I do think Ray's going to get involved, and like Reggie said, you want to push Dom over the top, and what better way to push him over the top than to have him not? I'm not going to say necessarily lose to John because we know this is John's last year, but what better way for him to be put over than to have John win and then give him that moment and have him go for the main title because he's already a Triple A's champion. So, I just see John winning and retaining and going on to Saturday night's main event and dropping, get there to the next person up. So I have John winning the match.
All right, so we got 2 John Cenas. So you guys know I'm the EVP, the Golden Boy, and I'm always the one that's gonna. I love Dom. And I do agree with both of you guys. I'm not like saying you guys are wrong. I'm just gonna state my opinion. I agree both with, especially with what Reg said. I think it is time. John Cena even said it on an interview a while back on ESPN that Dominic Mysterio is going to be one of those people that's going to lead WWE into this next generation. That's why they're, they're having this feud. This is going to be the second match with them. So like Reg hit the nail on the head there. But for me, I'm not going to touch on the Last Time Is Now tournament until maybe we'll go into it after this match, because I think it would be kind of crazy to go from the men's war game to the Last Time Is Now. So after I make my predictions, then we'll go into the Last Time Is Now tournament. I'll kind of update you guys on the bracket, and we'll just kind of make our predictions from there. So for me, I love both you guys' takes, but I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna say that Dominic Mysterio does win the Intercontinental Championship back. Liv Morgan is on her way back. I think that John won the title, similar to the same reason why he won the World Heavyweight Championship title. He won the World Heavyweight Championship title because he was chasing history, and that history was Ric Flair, 16 world titles. So, the only title that's eluded him his whole career was the Intercontinental Championship. So, all right, we got a comment from Miami the Great. What's going on, brother? Everybody shout out to Miami, DWE, Gimmick Table Media.
What's up, Miami?
What's up, Miami? What's going on?
Yeah, I thought he was going to come on tonight, but I knew that he had a show. Great job from all you guys. Love it. Appreciate you, Miami. You see the new layout? I've been working freaking StreamYard, man. Last 40 minutes I've been working on this crowd. They really screwed me when I was out. But appreciate you being here, Miami. So for me, if I'm gonna have to go with Dom. I think that I hate to do it because I really don't want to go against John in his last PLE. But I only think they put the title on, guys, is because that's the only title that he's never won. And that, I mean, look, they didn't have the world title on him very long. So my thoughts is, we're gonna see Dom and Ray at some point. We're gonna have to. The build is there. The storyline is leading there. And let me explain why I'm going Dominic. The top reason, obviously, is because John has completed that Grand Slam. He's done what they, set him out to do. He won that Intercontinental Championship, which is phenomenal. But Dom had the title since WrestleMania. So for me, guys, and I'm not sure if you guys will agree or not, but for me, this would be John's way of putting over Dominic Mysterio, because in order for Dom to be able to elevate to that next level, he needs that. He's a mega heel. He gets so much heat, but what better way than getting that rub and getting that bump from the GOAT, the Never Seen 17, and beating him for the Intercontinental Championship in a Big Four PLE. So I'm going to go with Dominic Mysterio not to retain, but to take the title back from John, because personally, I do not think that John Cena's last match is going to be for a title. And I'm gonna divert from there into this Last Time Is Now tournament, and we're gonna all give our predictions on that. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So do you guys, well, I don't want to spoil SmackDown because I have a recap coming up in 2 days, but I'll just go over the brackets from what we know from what we've seen on TV. On the left side of the bracket in the quarterfinals, we got Jey Uso is going to be going up against Rusev Friday night. And then obviously, I hope Sheamus is okay. But he had another person that got hurt and had to get removed from the tournament. We're gonna have LA Knight and a mystery opponent. I'm not sure if you guys know who the mystery opponent is. I do, but I'm not gonna spoil, like I said, because I do have a SmackDown recap, and that would kind of take away from it, wouldn't you think? So, that's one side of the bracket on the left side, the quarters. So then Monday we saw two quarterfinal matches with Gunther and Carmelo Hayes, which Gunther came back, hasn't wrestled a match since SummerSlam. Come back to it with his new NXT UK theme, which I absolutely love. I know you guys may not be huge Gunther fans. I'm not really either. But he's put on two bangers, like Javon Evans, and then he had a banger with Carmelo. Like he's given the rub, even though he beat them. This is instances where Gunther beat both of those guys, but both of them got the rub from it. Like it's gonna make them bigger and better stars than they already are because the matches were so great. So Gunther advanced to the semifinals. Obviously, that semifinal match took place on the Raw taping after Raw went out the air. And then in the other match, there's conflicting reports out there. Obviously, Solo Sikoa defeated Penta due to Penta's injury. I will say this because I know this for a 100% fact. Penta was injured already before this match, and he just did not want to have surgery. I know for a fact also that the referee did throw the X up. Now, I personally think Penta was probably winning that match. I think that it wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense for them to have a heel Gunther against another heel Solo. Like, I really think Penta was winning that match, guys. So, but he didn't. Solo wins by referee's decision. Obviously, prayers and thoughts go out to Penta. It looks like he's going to have surgery. It looks like he's going to be out for a little while. WWE's kind of done kind of crappy by him, in my opinion, since he's come from AEW. Before I continue, let me get to the comments really quick. We got Michael from the Gimmick Table Media says, I don't know if him and Solo are going to have good chemistry. I don't think they are. I don't. I think they'll find a way, but I think that Gunther and Penta probably would have put on. I mean, Gunther's been putting on some bangers, but it's nothing discrediting Solo. You got two heels out there, and I mean they're both like kind of bulky guys. It's gonna be a lot of chopping, and we'll see. We're gonna see the match Monday. Obviously, like I haven't been able to find a spoiler anywhere, and I can usually find them like fast on who won that match with Gunther and Solo. But shout out to Michael from Gimmick Table Media, Miami, saying that he loves it. Yeah, that's his old NXT UK music, which is phenomenal. And Gunther looks great. Like I said, he hasn't wrestled a match since August, so since SummerSlam. So, like I said, we're going to have Gunther and Solo in the semifinals, which is going to happen Monday. And then on the left side of the bracket, I can't spoil. It's so hard to do these shows and not spoil. Jay, Rusev, LA Knight, or mystery opponent. So first off, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit between you guys. I'm gonna let one person go once. I'm gonna go last because you guys are my guests. I'm gonna go to Greg first. I want you to tell me, who do you think advances to the finals and who wins the Last Time Is Now tournament to go to the Saturday Night main event on December 13th to face John Cena?
Well, first off, prayers to Penta,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely sorry for his injury and stuff, because you wanted to see him and his brother go for the titles in AAA. But I think we see Solo advance, and I'm gonna say only because what Solo has been doing lately, like he's been putting his family tree first. You know, his MFT people. You know, from Hikuleu to Tomatonga to Tongaloa. You know, he's been putting them first, and I think Hikuleu will get involved in the match between him and Gunther, and that's how he advances. Now on the other side, I have Jay winning because I think it's going to be him and Solo at some point. Maybe in this tournament, I do see Hikuleu getting involved once again, but I do see it probably being Jay that advances to the finals, and he'll take on somebody from like the SmackDown side of the bracket, and so whoever wins that match would either go up against John Cena or maybe you would have Jay. But like I said, I have Jay advancing to the finals and probably losing to somebody new because you don't want to give him the same title that he's already had, you know, especially with the story that's going on with him and the bloodline and everything like that. You want to elevate Jay more. And I think if you give him the Intercontinental Championship again, that's like a step backwards to me, but we'll see.
So you have Jay Uso advancing to the finals from the left side of the bracket and Solo advancing to the finals from the right side of the bracket. So who do you have winning? So you have Jay Uso winning the tournament and going to the Saturday night main event, basically.
Well, I have him advancing to the finals, yes, but I don't have him winning the tournament because, like I just said, to me personally, I get that it's the Intercontinental Championship, but um, you know, and I'm gonna take it back to the Rumble because John Cena um and Jay was the last two in the Rumble, so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I kind of have him advancing to the finals. And so, and if it's gonna be Gunther, if it's gonna be him, and they do Gunther and Jay again, this time I have Jay winning. But if that's only if they do then. Now, if it's somebody new, I see Jay losing because you want to give the new person that rub from John. So that's why I have him going to the finals and possibly losing because, like I said, you don't want to put the same title on him and then keep telling the story unless you're telling the story that in order for him to go to the next level, he has to win the Intercontinental Championship again, which we all
Yeah.
know Jay, given what's been going on lately and given what's coming up with this Survivor Series War Games, we don't know what Jay we're gonna get, and we don't know what's gonna happen later down the line. So that's why I say it's either gonna be him or somebody new that faces John Cena.
Well, the only thing is I don't know. So, like, I'm not like discrediting like everybody's like I love everybody's opinions because we're all. You guys are probably going to be pretty close, and I'm probably going to be like complete opposite because I'm always the complete opposite of everybody else. But the only problem I've seen, Greg, with the way Triple H has booked this tournament is because of the two injuries. Right now, like. I mean, I can't say who the mystery opponent is for LA Knight, but let's just say that Jay beats Rusev and the LA Knight wins against the mystery opponent. So then we're gonna get Jay against LA Knight, and we're gonna have Gunther versus Solo. So like the winners of those two matches are facing each other in the finals, and whoever wins that faces John Cena at Saturday night's main event. So there really isn't anybody new to elevate. And I think that's where Triple H messed up. with this tournament is because
Okay.
LA Knight's old. You know, Jay's already been Intercontinental Champion. Solo has already beaten John Cena one-on-one. And then you got Gunther, who has been a champion in WWE 85% of the time that he's been in the company. So for me, it's I don't know. I'm gonna go to Reg with his pick, but I
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna. There's not a chance for it to be someone that can be elevated because it's only those four people.
Okay.
So I mean,
I have a theory about that, but I'll explain it to you after you
Go
go
ahead.
to Reg. So yeah. But
Okay.
go ahead and go to Reg, and then I'll explain
Okay.
my theory
Okay.
about that later.
Okay. All right, Reg. Last time is now tournament. We as I told Greg, we got Jay and Rusev on one side of the bracket, with LA Knight and a mystery opponent coming up in 2 nights on SmackDown. We've already seen Gunther and Solo advance on the other side of the bracket. That's one semifinal. So whoever wins out of Gunther and Solo is going to be in the finals of that tournament. Who do you have advancing in the last time is now tournament, and do you have them beating John Cena at Saturday night's main event?
For some reason, I got Jay versus Gunther. For some reason, they're gonna do that again to where Gunther is gonna end up winning. He'll face John Cena to where he will lose against John Cena to where then later down the line, instead of him going after the World Heavyweight Championship, he'll go after the Intercontinental Championship again to where the title will be changed to a different design of John Cena's choosing since he's leaving.
Nice. I like that. I'm gonna go back to Greg because I want to get his theory, and then I will give you guys my take on it.
Okay, so my theory is, what if it's Oba, man, that enters the tournament? Because we haven't seen him on NXT television for a while, so it might be Oba Femi that enters the tournament, and that's the mystery opponent for LA Knight on Friday. You know, because we haven't seen Oba. I mean, we've seen Oba only once on NXT, and after that, we haven't really seen him. So, in my opinion, I think it might be Oba. That's just my theory. But hey, who knows? But we'll have to wait and see what happens Friday.
So I'm not gonna spoil, but I will tell you that Oba's wrestling Ricky Saints at NXT Deadline next, not this weekend, but next. So Oba's still, I think after if he doesn't beat Ricky Saints at NXT Deadline, then we could possibly see him get called up at that point. I'll just tell you guys this. I'm not going to say who the person is, but it's not. That's why I went back to it's not someone left in the tournament that can get that rub. It's all older people. Without me giving it away, like I said, I'm not gonna spoil, especially not on a prediction show. I'm trying. I've been trying all week to hold it in because obviously I talk about the tournament on Monday. But I will tell you this, Greg. It's definitely somebody a little older that's going to be that mystery opponent.
Man,
So
don't tell me it's Chris Jericho, man. Please don't.
it's not Chris Jericho. It's not Chris.
Okay, cool.
It's somebody that's in WWE now, but it's
All right.
yeah, it's not Chris Jericho. You won't see Chris Jericho until Royal Rumble. That's the rumor right now is Jericho contract's going to be up close to the end of the year with AEW, and I think we see Jericho at Rumble. But all right, so I'm going to give you guys my take. So obviously, I have to flip the coin because I picked Dominic Mysterio to win the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to go with Jey Uso and LA Knight advancing on that side of the bracket, the left side. And then obviously we have Gunther and Solo. I've been riding this Gunther train for 2 months. I cannot get off of it now. You guys know me. I've died on anthills with all these, you know, okay, before I finish, let me get to the comments. Miami, I love his NXT music. My God, why we get Jericho's coming. He even said it on the cruise that he just did not too long ago. So yeah, we're definitely getting Jericho at Rumble. Miami. So for me, you guys know me. Y'all been in many spaces, many YouTube videos. I can't, you know, that even if I'm wrong, I'm gonna stick to it. I've been saying Gunther since this tournament started. I say it in group chats. I said if he's in the tournament, he's winning it. We haven't seen him on TV. He come back with this new NXT, you know, his old NXT theme. Oh crap, I missed some comments. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go to the is the Unseen Bling Queen, co-host of DWE podcast. Final Boss Baby. What's going on? Shout out to her. Been a minute since we talked. Good to see you on the stream. Golden Boy and directors Reg and Greg. Shout out to Final Boss Baby. Laugh out loud. Y2J. Yeah, it's definitely not Jericho. That's the mystery opponent. So, shout out to the Unseen Bling Queen, co-host of the DWE podcast. So good to see you. I don't know how I missed that comment. I'm so sorry. And then we'll get to one more comment. It's not a young talent, but not an oxygenarian like Y2J. Yeah, it's definitely not. I don't know. Joey Jericho's coming back. I'm not really a big fan of Jericho, but so for me, I gotta stick with what I've been saying from the beginning. You know, Gunther's come back with this new, and I don't think that John Cena is going to have the Intercontinental Championship at Saturday night's main event. So, what do we do here? Is what my brain like, you know. So just hear me out, guys. So Gunther retired Goldberg, right? Okay. So
Right, he retired Goldberg.
right. Okay. So for me and Michael at Horror Wrestling from Gimmick Table Media, shout out to those guys. We were talking about this on a Raw stream. It really, I picked Gunther. Like he can tell you. Like I put it in their chat. Like I picked Gunther a long time ago. I think that they're working this angle to where Gunther has already retired Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to retire John Cena. And then there's been a match that Gunther and somebody else has been, that the WWE's been wanting to have, but they were unable to run the match because this person was under all these allegations with Vince McMahon, and that is Brock Lesnar. I think that's going to be the person that retires Brock Lesnar as well. It's really difficult because I love both you guys' takes. I just don't think Cena's retaining. I don't think the last match is going to be for a title. I'm going to go. I do want to. I know you guys. I mean, I got a Bloodline jacket on. So, like, shout out to the OTC, but I also like other people as well. I don't want to see an all Bloodline final. I really don't, guys. I love the Bloodline, but like Solo's already beat John. I mean, Jay and Cena haven't faced each other one-on-one, but I mean, maybe if Jay goes heel, I guess he could possibly win it. You know, but I don't think we'll get to that in the men's part. I don't think Jay's going heel. So I want to see something new that I haven't never seen before, and nobody can blame me for this. So, like I said, let me go to this comment really quick from Michael. Yeah, it's Gunther going on his Legend Killer run. I agree. I 100% agree. I think that's the angle that they're working. I haven't seen the spoilers from Gunther Solo. I don't think that was supposed to be the match to begin with. I think it was supposed to be Gunther Penta. And I think Penta got hurt. Like I said, prayers to Penta. Hopefully the surgery goes well. I think we see LA Knight versus Gunther in the finals. I really do. Because we've already seen Jay and Gunther twice. They may run Jay and Gunther back. I could be wrong, but I'm picking Gunther to win the Last Time Is Now tournament and go on to Saturday night's main event to face John Cena in his retirement match. This is his retirement match. So let's go back a little bit, guys, before we move on to the next match for Survivor Series. And either one of you guys can answer. What was the event that Gunther retired Goldberg at? Either one of y'all can answer.
Saturday night's main event.
Oh, yes, Saturday night's main event. So where is John Cena's last match? It is at Saturday night's main event. So this is, for me, a legend killer type run. I'm going with Gunther. Until he's beaten out, we could see an all bloodline final with Jay and Solo, and at that point it may be Solo. I really think that even though Gunther's a heel, there's something brewing with the MFT and the White Six. I would not be surprised if the White Six don't show up in that match. They're not there to help Gunther, obviously, but they're coming after the MFTs. So, like I said, I haven't seen any spoilers on the Gunther Solo, so I have no clue. I've been looking all week trying to find it to see who won. I have no idea who won that match. But I'm going to go with Gunther. He retired Goldberg at Saturday night's main event, and I believe he's going to retire John Cena at Saturday night's main event. And then he possibly could retire Brock Lesnar at a Saturday night's main event. But I think a Brock Lesnar-Gunther match has got to be a WrestleMania match. I don't know if it happens this year, but yeah, I'm going to go with Gunther, and I think that he retires John Cena at Saturday night's main event. And we'll see. We'll see who's we'll see if you guys are right. If I'm right, only time will tell. Twitter and X has done a really good job of keeping, I don't know how, but they've done a really good job of keeping the spoilers away from the Monday night taping, I guess because it's so close to Survivor Series and all that. But I will say, like I said, Sheamus's replacement that we're going to see on SmackDown, it is not a new talent. It is not anybody from NXT. It is from somebody from the current roster, somebody that has been around a while, and somebody that's not going to be facing John Cena. I don't think at the end. I think LA Knight wins that match. So shout out to Wrestling RUS podcast for reposting the stream. Man. So before we move on to the next match, man, we got a lot of people in here. We're streaming live to the EVP show, my ex and Miami the Great's ex, and I'm joined by two of the best, the director and the wise man of DWE. So shout out to you guys for joining me. We're gonna go ahead and we are going to move on to the match behind me, and you guys both kind of complimented my background before when we were in the back before we went live. Man, guys, I am really looking forward to this. We got Stephanie Valcour, who was originally supposed to face Naomi. Naomi got pregnant, had to vacate. So Stephanie won the title at WrestlePalooza. She beat Io Sky. Nikki Bella has announced not only on her podcast, The Nikki and Bree podcast. If you guys don't check it out on YouTube. It's good stuff. I watch it every week. She is, strangely enough, she is back at the same time, and she is on her similar type of retirement tour. It may go a little bit longer than John's, but she has said multiple times, and there's been multiple reports that this is Nikki Bella's last run. So they decided to flip Nikki Bella to the dark side. We saw Nikki Bella turn on Stephanie Valcour after earning her trust, and now Nikki Bella is a heel. So my question for you guys, not only will you guys be picking the winner, do you guys think that this is a similar situation? Now let's take into consideration Nikki Bella, Stephanie Valcour, super young. She's got many years, many titles, many WrestleManias left in her belt. We're on Nikki Bella's last run. Nikki Bella has not won a women's championship since the Divas era, and now she is a heel. So I'm going to start off with the director, Reckless Guardian of WWE, Reg. Stephanie Valcour against a heel Nikki Bella, who has not won a singles title in a very long time. Could we see her sister Brie Bella show up and help her beat Stephanie, or is Stephanie going to retain at Survivor Series?
See, I got Stephanie retaining because goes back to the same situation to where Nikki was in when she had with Stephanie McMahon. It seems like the same old thing. She switches when you least expect it. But this is the first time she will ever face somebody that's on her caliber that is literally coming for her after what she did. And then on top of that, with Naomi end up being pregnant, Naomi still wants that title back along with her match with Stephanie. So we could possibly see Stephanie hold it to WrestleMania, to where we get these two again, to where Nikki Bella actually wins the title. Then you'll hear Naomi's music hit. And just to point at Nikki to say, hey, I'm coming back for that title sooner or later.
So you're going with Stephanie to retain, but later on Nikki getting that world title at some point and having like at least one last title reign.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. It's good stuff. All right. The wise man Greg, what do you have on Stephanie and Nikki, and why?
Okay, I'm gonna steal a line from you here and say, Triple H loves trilogy, but I think this will be a trilogy. I do think Stephanie Valkyrie does get her revenge, but I think Nikki Bella plays her tricks, and so she doesn't necessarily win. She probably sets up another match, but it'll be a neck and neck match. I do have Stephanie retaining, as my counterpart DWE Red said, but like he also said, I do have Nikki Bella winning it at not Survivor Series, but WrestleMania, and you get Naomi to come back at WrestleMania, point to the title and say, I'm coming for that, and then that'll be like Nikki's next feud, and then she carries it until it's time for Naomi to win it back. So that's my pick.
All right. Good stuff. I mean, great content from both you guys. And as usual, the EVP, the Golden Boy, I'm going to go a different way. And here's why. So let's flip to the SmackDown Women's title with Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, she was champion over 100 days. She was undefeated in 2025. Stephanie beat her Crown Jewel, handing her her first loss, which Stephanie is phenomenal. I love Stephanie. Greg knows I love some JC Jane, though. Like, he knows. Oh, here comes the choke slam. Let's see what chokes before I go.
Yeah, you do. You
I
love you some Jesse James.
Man, I do love me some JC Jane, brother. Choke slam said you do not put that title on Nikki Bella. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Shout out to Chokeslam Wrestling Report podcast. Obviously give them a follow and a sub on YouTube. So here's my take. So going back to the SmackDown title, we have Tiffany Stratton, champion for a while, undefeated in 2025, and so she has a match against Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. Face Jade Cargill, which Nikki and Jade are two separate people. I get it. So what does WWE do? They turn Jade Cargill heel. What happens right after Jade Cargill turns heel? She wins the women's championship from Tiffany Stratton. So I have a method to my madness. This is Nikki Bella's last run. I don't think that Nikki Bella is Liv Morgan's coming back at Royal Rumble. I think she's winning the Rumble, honestly. I really do. She is in for a super big push when she comes back. She has came close 2 separate occasions at least to finishing second at the Rumble. So WWE, and I do agree with Reg, like they have flipped Nikki a couple of times, but I think in this instance, and I agree with you, Greg, as well, because I'm the one that put it on a shirt. Triple H loves trilogy. EVP's got a shirt out, so if you guys want to go to my link tree, it says Triple H loves trilogies. So yeah, I mean, I do agree with you on that. I do think Nikki Bella wins the title here. I really do, guys. I don't think that they turned her heel just for her to lose. Like, I think that is absolutely horrible booking. I think that's terrible. She's on her final run. Let her, like, look who's been winning championships. People like Maxine beat Becky Lynch. Like, I call that, but I mean, look how many times it took her to win 3 matches. So, like, here's my take on this. I think Nikki wins the title. I think we could possibly see Brie because they are really, really throwing the Easter eggs out on the podcast. Like, they've even showed her ring gear. So I'm going to go with Nikki Bella, but I think it's going to be another one of those let's put the title on Nikki, kind of similar to what they did with John, but where she's not going to have a super long title run. I do think Stephanie Vacour gets the title back from Nikki. I do think they run it back. I mean, Nikki may drop it at Saturday night's main event. Like, she might not. I think she at least holds it to the Royal Rumble. I think that's when Stephanie wins the title back from her. And then you got people like Rhea Ripley. You got people like, I mean, we don't know how far Naomi's still probably 6 to 9 months away from even being able to think about coming back. So, like, with WrestleMania is only 3 or 4 months away. So, Liv, I think, is in the best position. So, at that point, like, I think Liv is going to come back as a face. She may come back as a heel. I don't know. I was told she was coming back as a face. I don't want that. I want to see the heel Liv. But I just really think that they put the title on Nikki because this is her last run. She hasn't won a world title since the Divas era. So let her have her moment. This is her last shine in the sun, so to speak. And Stephanie wins the title back from her at Royal Rumble. And then maybe a Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vacour at WrestleMania until Naomi gets back. I mean, Naomi's going to get her shot, and she's going to get the title back when she comes back. But we got to factor Liv into this situation as well, and Rhea Ripley and other people, big stars that can come after this title. And the options are so limited right now, guys, for who Stephanie can defend the title against. It's Raquel or it's Roxanne. Or who else on Raw that's on Raw right now can challenge for the title? She's already faced Roxanne and Raquel. So I think they're putting the title on Nikki. I don't think it's a long run. I think we see Brie Bella possibly. We're gonna see Brie Bella at some point, and I think this is a time to do it on a big show on ESPN. She's a heel, so and I do think that Brie and Nikki, like after she drops the women's championship, they have a little tag team run maybe or something like that. Not saying they win a tag titles, they could. We'll see who the champions are, but I really think that Nikki wins the title. I'm sorry, Chokeslam, but I think they are going to put the title on Nikki Bella. That's just my take. Like I said, I'm just making predictions here. I'm going by storylines. They did the same thing with Jade. They turned her heel. For me, you turn Nikki Bella heel 4 weeks before Survivor Series, and you have her lose. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. Let's see what Chokeslam has to say. Nikki winning the belt does not help the division. WWE always bringing that nostalgia BS, and I'm sorry she can't wrestle at all. Stephanie McCool is world-class wrestler to be losing to Nikki. And they dropped the ball by non-pushing Roxanne and keeping her in Judgment Day. So,
Okay.
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, of course. And then I'll chime in when you guys are done. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
I just wanted to say if they do bring back Brie Bella, because it's really up in the air because Daniel Bryan's and AEW and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I do have to agree with you. Stephanie Valkyria is she's young, she has time, so they definitely might put the title on a Nikki Bella per se. But and if they do that, then I guess you have a new crop of players that she could face. But how would you book her being a heel? Do you put her in a group or do you just let her go by solo?
So for me, you talking about Nikki if she wins the title?
Yes, I'm talking about Nikki if she wins.
Okay, so for me, and I'll answer your question, and then I'll go to Reg if he has any comments, and then I'll answer everything that the Chokeslam is talking about. So for me, like I said, Greg, I don't think it's going to be a super long title run for Nikki Bella. I think she drops the title at no longer than probably Royal Rumble. I think it's more of a nostalgia thing, like Chokeslam was talking about. But for me, like Nikki said it on her podcast before she came back, like she wants to prove to herself, and she's a different. We're in a different era of wrestling. We're not in the Divas era anymore. I mean, I love AJ Lee, but I don't think AJ Lee is. You saw a lot for me. I saw a lot of rust from AJ Lee as well. I don't think that Divas era. We'll see when Paige comes back because she's on her way back as well at some point. Appreciate that Chokeslam. I think that. So to answer your question, long story short, Nikki wants all these dream matches, Greg. So she wants to face the Rhea Ripley's. She wants to face the Roxanne. She wants to face the Raquels, the Baileys, the Lyra Valkyrias. If you put that title on Nikki until Royal Rumble, there's a lot of people she can feud with. And especially if her sister comes back to at least watch her back. Like she has somebody, plus she has all the heels such as Roxanne, Raquel. I mean, Raquel's already griping about the not getting a title match, but that could be to throw us off. But I think that I don't put her in a big group. I don't. I think that she can have some, matches that she wants to have, whether she's great in the ring or not. I don't think you put her in a group. I don't. I mean, are you hinting maybe she joins Judgment Day? Because I think that would water it down. Because I mean, Liv's coming back.
Well, I don't see
Bri-
her. I don't see her joining Judgment Day because if she does join Judgment Day, she has a target on her back, and I just don't see that. Plus, I think Raquel and Roxanne may maybe start to become baby faces because I
Mhm.
think they're getting tired of the
Yeah.
Finn. But that's just a hypothetical
Yeah.
scenario. But um, who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you never know. So I'm gonna get Reg. Did you have anything you wanted to say before I get to answering some of these comments?
See, if they do give Nikki the title and they
Hmm.
can't get Brie back, the best person for her to be with would be Liv.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. That's great. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. I like that definitely. I do
Y'all
think
know I love Liv.
I
Y'all know I
do.
love
I
Liv.
love them too, but I do think Bree's coming back. That. I know that everybody's saying, Daniel Bryan's with AEW. Brie Bella is coming back. She is going to be part of this last run with Nikki. I would be willing to bet. I'm not going to say my house, but a lot that she's coming back. I watch all the podcasts. I have people on it, like y'all know, I have a couple people on the inside, not zero, but other people outside of that. But yeah, I do think we see Bree, but good point, Reg, as far as you know, Nikki and Liv. Like, yeah, that's always a possibility. I like that. So let's come back to this really quick. Nikki winning the belt does not help the division. WWE always bringing that nostalgia bullshit. I'm sorry she can't wrestle. Stephanie McCoy world class to be losing to Nikki, and they dropped the ball by not pushing Roxanne and her in Judgment Day. So, choke slam. I agree. It is a bunch of nostalgia. I'm not going to argue on that. I'm not going to say she can't wrestle at all. I just think that times have changed from the Divas era, and I think she's doing the best that she can do. Honestly, I mean, she uses her looks a lot. Obviously, we know that. The one thing I will agree with you on is they have dropped the ball with Roxanne. So here's a stat check for you guys. Roxanne has lost the most matches out of any superstar since she's been called up to the main roster. She's lost 53 matches, guys. 53. That is unbelievable. Like that is like Tozawa or Otis or a jobber, that somebody that they bring out there to lose every single damn match. Like, I mean, 53 matches for somebody that was like that ran NXT for years before Stephanie McCoy took over, the division over there. Like, Roxanne was like the shit. So like 53 losses, Chokeslam, I 100% agree on that. So we'll get to a few more comments before we move on to the next match. Let's see.
Before we move on, can I just say I think that's by design. I think that's by design with Roxanne
Okay.
because you have to keep in mind she is in a group and stuff, and
Yeah.
so like I was talking to Reg about this. I think they're gonna continue that storyline. With her and Roxanne. I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
her, Raquel, because she's like Big Mama Cool, and then Roxanne has taken the place of Liv and become, um, you know, sort of like the female Shawn Michaels to Raquel. So I do think that's by design that she's been losing, and I
Mm-hmm.
think sooner or later she's gonna start winning matches. So that's something to look out for, man. So I'm just saying. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's by design.
I mean, yeah, it could be. I just think that's an insurmountable amount of losses, man, to put on someone. 53 losses, like she's up there with people like Tozawa. Like there's only like 2 or 3 superstars on the main roster that's lost more matches than her in 2025. That's insane. That's a lot of losses. But I mean, it could be by design, but man, that's a lot of losses. Let's get to the comment. Miami, the DWE family, absolutely. Great content, by the way. Appreciate that, Chuck Slam. Bro, Bree won't be in WWE because of her husband. So here's the thing with that. She is. She's coming. I know what the reports say and all that, but I'm telling you, she's gonna be a part of this last run with her sister. Will she win a title? Probably not. I think she possibly could help her win Saturday. I think WWE needs to. I think a deal's already done. I've seen them make it. Like I've seen the backstage stuff of Bree's new gear and stuff like that. So like she's coming. I think it's Saturday, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Let's see. Judgment Day is about to break up. I do think so. It's been going on for a long time since I started Twitter Spaces. With Rhea and Damien and all them. But when Liv coming back, I think that they have to stick together until like at least until Liv gets back. For sure. Roxanne can beat Maxine for the IC title. I 100% agree. I think that's the direction they're going. They're not putting the title back on. Let me have the comment. Sorry. Let's get to the new comments. Yeah, so I think that's the direction they're going. Becky was great for that Intercontinental Championship because let's face it, guys, that title was stale as hell. Like she elevated it. You know, she gave the rub to Maxine, who's been working really hard outside of the scenes of television. She's been training in the PC, the performance center. She's been training with Natty in the dungeon. Like you can tell, like Maxine's been putting some work in. So I do think Roxanne ends up beating Maxine for that Intercontinental Championship. I agree. Miami the Great, 170 people. Thank everyone for the support of the DWE family. Thank you guys, everyone for coming out, to support us from DWE. We're at 190 now in Miami, by the way. Appreciate that. Chuck Thumb said, wow. I guess that's the comment on the 53 losses. Exactly. She was MVP in NXT. Yes, she is. She was. Let's see. When people lose that amount of matches, people stop caring. I agree. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the amount of matches that they've had Roxanne lose. So appreciate all the comments and everybody that's watching. 190 viewers as of now on the EVP show X. It looks like a lot of comments are coming from X. A few from YouTube as well. I think I missed one. I did. Let me put these up. So shout out to Wild Child Billy. Hey, how are you doing? I think I shared this in the group chat, not the Zelina one, the sound one. I think I shared it right. Yeah, if you don't mind sharing it in the Zelina one as well, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Billy. I'm sorry there's so many damn comments pouring in. I don't want to miss any of them. So right now, I'm keeping like a little tally. So we got DW Reg with John Cena and the Wise Man Greg with John Cena, the EVP Golden Boy with Dominic Mysterio. We also have DW Reg and Greg with Stephanie Valcour retaining, and the EVP is going with Nikki Bella. All right, guys. So now it's time for the big boys. So I wish I could screenshot it and show you guys in the chat, but in Billy's that I just showed you in her chat, I'm in a chat with her and Samantha the Bomb, Ricochet's wife, obviously, and I'm also in a chat with her and Zelina Vega. The real Zelina Vega, not some parody account. I've spoken with both of them and those accounts, in those GC chats. But so about a month ago, I literally called out the 10 women that was going to be in the Survivor Series match. I think I even said it in the Gimmick Table Media chat. So it's crazy that I got all 10 of these women correct. This is a star-studded women's not elimination, Survivor Series steel cage match. This is crazy good. So let's run it down real quick. On the face side, we got the Queen. I don't know. JC Jane's trying to catch up to her with me. Charlotte, you won't give me the down follow back. So I'm going after JC Jane follow back. If I get that follow back first, she might jump over you. But Charlotte's my favorite. You guys know that. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, I love her. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee on the face side. On the heel side, we got Becky Lynch, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. So this has been quite the interesting build to this, guys. We've seen the somewhat similar to the men's. Can they coexist with Rhea and Charlotte Flair? Obviously, it looks like they've worked out their differences. WWE has busted their ass over the last 3 months to turn Charlotte Flair into a babyface, and they've done it with Alexa. So when you guys give you guys predictions, I want you guys to also predict whether we see a heel turn from anybody on the face side. Charlotte's not going back heel. She's not turning. They can't do that. They worked way too hard to build her up as a face. But I'm gonna start with Greg. Wait. I started with you last time. I'm gonna start with Reg this time. Who wins the women's War Games match, and who? We're gonna go a little bit crazy. This is the EVP show. Let's shake it up a little bit. Who wins and who pins who? I'm writing all this down just to see how close we get. Go ahead, Reg.
For some reason, I got Becky Lynch winning. To where she would not pin AJ Lee. She gonna end up pinning either Rhea or Starlet. To where you end up getting AJ Lee going full blown crazy after losing. To where later down the line you get AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch 1-on-1. To where AJ Lee was gonna end up winning. To where then that's how Seth Rollins comes back to CM Punk. To where you get a mixed tag match at WrestleMania.
No, another. So you're calling for another mixed tag match with Punk and Lee against Rollins and Becky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got Becky pinning Rhea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because she's not gonna pin AJ Lee. AJ Lee is not gonna let that happen.
So will we see a heel turn on the face side? Will Alexa turn on Charlotte and join the Wyatt Six, or do you think it's just going to be flat out the heels just win?
If Alexa wants to go with the YS6 and become their manager or whatever she wants to do with them, then I can see a turn with her. But other than that, I think the heels are just gonna win.
Okay. All right. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. All right. I'm going to go to Greg. Who wins and who do you think pins who, and do you think we will see a heel turn from the face team?
You know, man. Given what we saw this past Monday, it's very, very, very hard to tell who's going to win. But I'm definitely going to have to go with the Hills because, like I said, what we've seen this past Monday, You know, the babyface is still a tall. So I do have the heels winning. Now that's not to say that the babyfaces won't win because they might, but I do have Becky Lynch pinning Laura Valkyria if they do win because like my counterpart Reggie said, that sets up a match between, you know, um, that sets up a match between AJ and Becky. And do I think you get Seth Rollins to come back at WrestleMania? Maybe. Again, he's hurt, and so I don't know, but maybe because you still have CM Punk. He's the heavyweight champion, and I think Seth is gonna come back as a babyface. And if he comes back as a babyface, then you have AJ and CM Punk as the heels, and you set up the match that way. Now on the other side, the flip of the coin, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and say the baby faces might win, and you get AJ Lee to pin maybe like a Lash Legend because this is her first War Games match. She's the rookie in this, and everybody else is a veteran. And I think if you have AJ Lee pin a person like Lash Legend, that kind of or sort of puts her over and gives her the rub because she's fairly new. And I think AJ Lee pinning Lash Legend will be good on both of them, because again, we have rookies in this Survivor Series War Games match. This is AJ Lee's first. This is, you know, Lash Legend's first, and so I think if you put a high flyer like AJ Lee against a powerhouse like Lash Legend, and you have her win that way, it would be a good rub for both of them, So that's what I think. But who knows, man? Who knows?
So do you think that we see a heel turn from the face team? Do you think because they're not turning Charlotte back heel? They're not. We know they're not doing that. They worked way too hard to get her cheered. So do we see Alexa turn on Charlotte? That could set up the heels to win.
You know what? I'm not gonna say Alexa. Maybe Alexa, but given what I just said, I think we see AJ Lee turn in the faces.
So you think AJ Lee's turning heel?
Yeah. Because,
Oh wow.
Because you don't get Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins against AJ Lee and CM Punk if AJ Lee does not turn heel. And I think if you have AJ Lee turn heel and CM Punk turn heel, because he has been teasing a group. If you watch his colors on the on Raw this week, his colors has been yellow. So he has been teasing somewhat of a group, and I think you have him and AJ Lee be kind of heads of that group, and you have them go up against Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, and you set up the match that way too, and then you have WWE or WWE booking, aka Triple H, stretch it out to WrestleMania and set it up that way. But I do see AJ Lee turning on the babyfaces in order to set up the match.
All right. So you heard it there first. Let's get to the comments really quick. Judgment Day getting our JD McDonough getting his own promo on Raw was strange. That breakup maybe happens sooner than later. Yeah, they've been showcasing JD a lot. Couple of big, huge matches against Hall of Famers. I'm liking what they're doing with JD McDonough, so I agree. Miami, Seth comes back, and so yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Comes back at WrestleMania and costs Roman the title. Yeah, I have a lot to talk about when it comes to the men, Miami. Trust me. I know Seth put out a tweet today or was interviewed, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So we got DW Reg is going with the heels. Becky Lynch pinning either Rhea Ripley or Charlotte Flair. And then we got Greg also going with the heels. And you got Becky Lynch pinning. Well, Lyra's not in it. So who do you have Becky pinning?
Becky, let's see.
It's either AJ, Charlotte, Alexa, Rhea, or Io.
Who do you say again?
So the face team is Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, AJ Lee, and Io Sky.
Let's go with Rhea, man. Let's go with
Rhea. Wow, two Rheas.
I do think if Becky pins Rhea, she'll say something to the lines of, "You're not supposed to come back and stuff, and I'm gonna put you away." And then once again, like I said, you have probably like a double flip. You have Becky become a babyface in the match, and you have AJ Lee become a heel in order to set up the match with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. Because like you said, there was an interview with Seth, and he did tease the possibility of coming back at WrestleMania 42.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a double-edged sword, but I do see Becky pinning Rhea.
All right. Awesome stuff right there. So all right, interesting takes for sure. So here's my take. I'll give my picks on this. This one is really tough for me. I think Rhea has been a face for a long time. I don't know. I'm gonna go. The baby faces stood tall Monday. Wrestling, old school wrestling 101 says that the person that stands tall before the PLE usually does not win. Obviously, we've seen that not happen, but more times than not, the person that stands tall before the PLE does not win. Now, we are going to see an advantage match take place. So I should have mentioned that to you guys before you guys made your pick. But we are going to see an advantage match like we did for the men's, for the women's on SmackDown Friday, where Charlotte Flair will be going up against Asuka. So there's going to be one of the teams with an advantage. Obviously, I already know who wins, but for this time, I'm actually going to agree with you guys. I am going to go with the heels, and I think Becky Lynch pins AJ Lee. AJ got the win at the WrestlePalooza, the submission win over Becky in the mixed tag match. I think Becky Lynch gets the win in the cage because Triple H loves trilogies. They're going to run that back. AJ's been off of TV pretty much since WrestlePalooza, guys. Like, we really haven't seen her much. I mean, she did cost Becky the match against Maxine, but it's ultimately setting up an AJ Lee Becky Lynch match. It doesn't have to have a title involved in it. I think Becky pins AJ Lee. So I'm gonna go with the heels. But I think we see a heel turn from the face side. There's just been way too much of the Shatterbox stuff going on in the background between Alexa and Charlotte and Rhea. Can we coexist? The Vince McMahon stuff that he used to love to do. Can they coexist? I think Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte. I do. This is a match that they've lost the tag titles. Alexa's gonna get cheered whether she's a face or she's a heel. No matter what, she's going to get cheered. This is a better way to get the fans even more behind Charlotte Flair. I think that, like I said, they dropped the tag titles because obviously they need some credible competitors for Jade on SmackDown until Bianca comes back. But I'm just picking if somebody goes heel. Like, nobody may not go heel. But if somebody is going to turn heel from the face side, it is going to be Alexa Bliss turning on Charlotte Flair, which will set up a long program with them two, and I think that it will be a great program for them.
So a quick question.
Yep.
Sorry to cut you off again.
Oh, you're
But
good.
if she does turn heel, do you see Alexa making Charlotte Flair her doll, her Lily doll?
I do. I actually do. I think that Alexa ends up going with, because they've already teased that way back. They just got away from it because WWE, they have this thing where they love to put that popcorn out there and they take it back and people forget about it. They want people to forget and then they go right back to it. Like it's like out of sight, out of mind type thing. So I love that. I do think she joins back with the Wyatt Six, and like we've already seen the Charlie doll, as well as the Lily doll. So like, yeah, I love that aspect of that right there. That's why I do think if Alexa doesn't turn at Survivor Series, the turn is coming for Alexa because she's gonna get cheered either way. And we do see Alexa and Charlotte in a long, drawn-out feud, with Alexa being the heel with the Wyatt Six and Charlotte Flair being the baby face. So I'm going to agree with you guys on that one. So before we get to, which is going to be the main event, shout out, like I said, shout out to DWE, shout out to everybody in the comments. The comments are just absolutely crazy. So over 100 comments, or I'll say like about 50 probably. We have 212 viewers right now either on the EVP show, my X, or Miami's X, and the numbers are steadily growing. Shout out to DWE Reg and the Wise Man for being on here tonight. So we are going to get to the cream of the crop, which is the men's Survivor Series War Games match. And we saw on Monday Night Raw that, let me put Miami's comment up there. Yeah, we're climbing, brother. We're climbing. Their people are tuning in like crazy. So we saw on Raw, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre was successful in the advantage match. Shout out, hold on just 1 second. The Wrestling Divas podcast, Lady Alpha and Autumn. Shout out to the Wrestling Divas podcast. They're also part of Gimmick Table Media. So give the Wrestling Divas podcast follow on X, as well as a subscription on YouTube. Those ladies put out great content, and I will actually be having Lady Alpha on for the NXT prediction show next week, as well as Michael from at Horror Wrestling Michael from Gimmick Table as well for the NXT prediction show next week, because there's an NXT pay-per-view next weekend. So shout out to I think it's Lady Alpha. I think Autumn's been sick, so I'm almost 100% sure it's Lady Alpha. So yeah, so I think that so we got on the face side, well, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre won the advantage match, so the heels will go into this match with an advantage. On the face side, we have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. We have the OTC1 himself, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. The Raw Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk. And we have the Usos. Undoubtedly Hall of Famers, probably top two, at least if not top one, greatest tag team of all time. I mean, there's a lot to compare there with that. That's for a different day. But definitely as far as champions, let's see. Okay, so that is Lady Alpha. This technically my account. Okay. Oh, hey, Lady Alpha. Like I said, I will have you and Michael on next Wednesday for the NXT PLE prediction. Looking forward to that. Having you guys on. Shout out to Gimmick Table Media. Give them guys a follow as well, and a sub for sure. So on the heel side, we got Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and then we have the Visions. Well, Logan Paul is part of the Vision. We have the Vision, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the Beast Incarnate himself, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. I think that's a little better. You guys want to see a little enthusiasm. So I'm going to start off with Greg. Who wins? Who pins who? And do we see? We're going to go back to the same question that we did with the women's. Do we see a heel turn on the babyface side, or is it just going to be straight up?
Okay. So my pick for the men's War Games match, sadly, I'm gonna double down again and say heels because, like I said, with this past Monday with the women and stuff, there's been a lot going on with the men as well. You know, of course, Roman teased the possibility of going after a championship, and you know, there's been tension with leading up to War Games with Cody and CM Punk and also Roman, and then with the backstage segment with the Usos trying to get the advantage for the team and they lost. And of course, you had Roman say, "Whose team is it?" You know, fix it. And so I think there's gonna be a little confusion going into War Games this Saturday because you're gonna have one Cody trying to figure out if he's the leader. Then you have CM Punk trying to figure out if he's the leader. So they might clash and bump heads, and then unfortunately, I think that's what's going to lead to the Vision and Logan Paul getting the win because you know it's like you said earlier. Can they coexist? You know, it's like the same thing with Rhea and Charlotte Flair. Can they coexist? You know, because like I said, they've been bumping heads. You know, they've been trying to figure out whose team is it. You know, of course, CM Punk said, "Well, you might be the man on SmackDown, but Monday Night Raw is my house." And then you had Roman say, "That title will look so much better on me." And then he said, "Y'all figure it out." And so I think that's what's going to end up costing um, the Usos and Roman their match come Saturday is the clash between CM Punk and Cody. You know, of course, the Usos and Roman's going to be okay because they're family, and so they're always going to be on the same page no matter what. You know, it's the two. Is can you trust Cody and CM Punk at this point? To me, because I think that's what's going to cost them the match, and then the Vision's going to win, and then for the pin, I think Logan Paul is going to get the pin because I think he's going to either pin CM Punk or he's going to pin Cody. You know, I don't think he's going to pin a Roman or maybe a Jay. He might pin Jay, but I'm just going to say, you know, he might pin Cody or CM Punk because, again, that clash. And then for a heel turn, I'm gonna double down and say CM Punk because then that'll set up the match between him and Roman, and you know you could build from there. You know, especially with these promos that has been going on with the Las Vegas uh, WrestleMania 42 team. You know, you got Cody, you got Brock, and you got Cody, Brock, Roman, uh, and CM Punk. So yeah, that's what I think it's gonna be.
All right, so you got the heels winning. You got Logan Paul getting the pinfall over Cody or Punk, and you have
Maybe Jimmy.
maybe Jimmy, and you have CM Punk turning heel.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I mean, well, you know, I mean, yeah. I have a long take on this, so I want to get you guys' opinion, and then I'm gonna flush the EVP's gonna flush it all out there and see what, you know. I mean, we're probably gonna get flooded with comments, but that's good stuff. All right, Reg, who wins the men's War Games match? Who gets pinned? Who pins who? And do we get a heel turn on the face side from the face team?
For some reason, I got the heels winning. And then I got Brock Lesnar up F5 and CM Punk to where he'll get the pin, to where he'll look over at Roman, walk out of the cage, to where Roman will end up moving back his family and Cody, which will set up Jay Uso end up kicking Dak and Cody.
Jey Uso ends up kicking who?
Cody,
Okay. So you got Brock Lesnar pinning who?
he will pin CM Punk.
Okay, Brock pinning Punk, and then you got Jey Uso. So do you have him turning, or you just have him kicking Cody?
He'll turn.
He'll turn from Jey Uso. All right. Well, man, we got two different takes from the director, Reckless Garden of DWE, and Greg.
Well, see, if Jay does turn, and I'm gonna piggyback off what Reggie said, if Jay does turn, then you get the bloodline to turn, I guess, because you know, they've been teasing. They've been teasing that. So I do agree with Reg there. But if you have Jay turn, then you have everybody else turn that's in the bloodline. And maybe you keep Jimmy and Jay away from Roman for a while because they want him to be a big baby face. But like I said, Jimmy, Jay, and Roman are always going to be together. So you have to turn them together if one turns. You know. So I do agree with Reggie on that part.
All right. So this is going to be a little long-winded. I'll try to get this out as quick as possible. So let's just see where we're at here. I know you guys are not big Cody Rhodes fans. I get it. I wasn't before. Hold on, before I even start talking, because I think if they turn Jay, his fans will revolt because they love the yeeting. That's a good point. Good point. So I know you guys are not big Cody fans, but let's face it, guys. We've been seeing a whole different side of Cody Rhodes. We saw him cheat to beat Randy Orton. I want to go back to Cody Rhodes' promo for a second. When he cut a promo on SmackDown, where he called everybody out, basically. Not people on his team, but he told Brock, where you at? I'm the last person to beat you. I did it twice. Brian Breaker, where are you at? A Steiner's never going to be better than a Rhodes. Bronson Reed, you're probably the best one out of the bunch, but it's going to be too late before you're going to be seeing the lights before you get the picture. Logan Paul, go fly a drone somewhere. Nobody gives a shit, basically. And then he got to Paul Heyman. I don't care what anyone says. This is the biggest Easter egg that Cody Rhodes has dropped in a very long time. And on that same show, we saw Logan Paul with his promo on his hand. There's somebody else that did that before, and that's the Final Boss. So what Cody said to Paul Heyman was, Paul, there is something, I finally figured out what I'm going to pull up Miami's 2 comments really quick before I continue. Seth comes back at WrestleMania, calls Roman the title. Final Boss has Cody turn 2. All right, so let me continue. Me and Miami talked about this a lot. Cody told Paul Heyman, he said, let me take Miami's comment off, sorry. So Cody told Paul Heyman, I know what we have in common now. You make them, and then I beat them. Well, let's think about that for a second, guys. And also, good point by Miami right here. Obviously, I'm gonna get. I was just about to get to that. Drew beat Cody up on the bus, just like The Rock did. I mean, another Easter egg, all on the same show. But let's start putting the puzzle pieces together here. You've seen a more aggressive side of Cody Rhodes since he dropped the title to John Cena. He said it on to Kay Adams or something like that. That the babyface, kissing the fans, passing out the napkins, the Cody movement, the wooing is only going to go on for so long. Like he said, he is going to turn heel. This was months ago when he told Kay Adams that it was at some Fanatics Fest event. So let's put the puzzle pieces together for a second before I give my predictions. So Cody said he'd beaten everybody that Paul has managed or been the advocate or supported. Well, let's go back to this WrestleMania teaser video that they're doing at the poker table. I'm a poker player, so I can pick up on all this stuff. There's somebody at that table that Cody Rhodes has not beat, and that's CM Punk. He has not beat CM Punk yet. And I say this time in and time out, and nobody seems to want to listen. Obviously, me and Miami had an hour conversation about it. Elimination Chamber, guys, is in Chicago. It's in CM Punk's hometown. How do you get into a WrestleMania main event? How do you get a world title match? You either win the Royal Rumble or you win the damn Elimination Chamber. So, with that being said, that's a lot. Roman has teased that he wants to go after the title. I don't know which direction they're going as far as that Raw title with CM Punk. I do think that, here's what I do think. I do think that Cody Rhodes is turning heel at Survivor Series. I used to do it all the time, and it has cost me so much, not money, but credibility on X and people just dragging me and talking so much craziness. I would not be surprised. Rock is going to be in California that night. Don't be surprised, guys, if we see the Final Boss. If all this Drew Cody shit was just all part of the plan, maybe Cody sold his soul a long time ago to the Final Boss. Maybe he is the Final Boss's champion. And we finally get that turn from Cody Rhodes. And I think Paul Heyman was on ESPN today, and he said this is going to be the biggest men's Survivor Series match of all time. They're not going to say stuff like that unless, Triple H, all the dirt sheets, everybody has reported, there is going to be something massive happen in this main event. Will a CM Punk turn be massive? A little, but Cody Rhodes turning heel with the Final Boss, I mean, if you go back and watch the like Miami said, go back and watch the Paul Heyman interview on ESPN today. I have Cody Rhodes turning heel. I do have the heel. Go ahead.
So can I ask you this question? If you have Cody Rhodes turning heel, right?
Yep.
Okay, so let's say, this is just a theory, but let's just say he wins the Elimination Chamber, right? And
Who wins the Elimination Chamber? Punk?
nah, not Punk, Cody, because
Cody. Cody's not going to need to win the Elimination Chamber. He's the champion.
okay, so what I mean by that is just hear me out.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you have, because this is just a theory, if you have Cody turning heel, right? Of course, Roman looked at both of them. He looked at CM Punk and he looked at Cody. And then CM Punk asked him, "Who are you talking to? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Cody?" And he said, "That's for you to figure out." So I'm thinking, if you have Cody turn heel, maybe he joins the Raw brand and picks up the World Heavyweight title, and then you have Roman go after the World Heavyweight title and possibly win it from Cody if he's turning heel. But if not, then you have him go after Punk and win it from Punk. But that's just my theory.
I mean, it's good. It's good stuff. But here, so the only problem with that is the 4 people that sit at that poker table is going to be involved in some fashion at WrestleMania. Those 4 that, yes, it's a WrestleMania like teaser, but rest assured that those 4 are going to be involved. So I'm going to get away from the match for a second, and I'm going to go into, let me pull up some of the comments. Miami, something happened at the men's. It was a must watch. Yep, that's been reported. Paul Heyman said it. Someone turning heel. Yep, it's going to be Cody. Lady Alpha says, I can barely hear Miami. Miami's actually not on here. That is Greg, and he's talking through a microphone. So I'm not sure. I can hear him pretty good, but I'm not sure on that. Who CM Punk is dropping the title to? I'm about to drop on that. Maybe Brock. I'm about to talk about that.
Can you hear me?
I can. You're good. I can hear. I've been able to hear you. I can hear you this whole time. Maybe it's something on the YouTube end. I have headphones on, so like I can hear you pretty good. All right. So this is what I think is going to happen. So CM Punk's going to win the Elimination Chamber, or he may not. So they're either going to go one or two ways. He lied on X. Or he's low on X. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. I thought that the wise man was Miami and Greg was under the DWE Reg. No, that's DWE Reg and Greg. Miami was supposed to join, but he had DWE Radio. Maybe he'll be in with us for the NXT show. Me and Miami do a lot of stuff together. Miami's laughing. Man, Miami. I don't even want to get started with you, bro. So, it's a lot of ways they can go with this. I do think Cody Rhodes turns heel. I do think The Rock is involved with this in some sort of fashion. So, to answer your question, Greg, and Miami's question, who does CM Punk drop the title to? That's tough. Yeah, I am gonna go wild on my bets tomorrow. Rest damn assured I am. Trust So, yeah, Miami, you done threw the EVP off. I'm over here thinking about bets, and I got these great guests on, and they want to hear what I got to say. Miami, just hush for it down a second, brother. EVP is distracted now. All right, so Cody turns. So then we get him as the final boss as the champion. So who beat Punk? So they're gonna go one or two ways with this guy. Miami's gonna laugh, but I think this is a real possibility, guys. If Punk's not winning the chamber, I think Brock beats CM Punk, and I think it may happen at WrestleMania. I think it's still a little bit too early for Breaker. I mean, Breaker's going to be champ and the headline 4 or 5 WrestleManias in a row. I don't really. I haven't figured that part out on who beats Punk. But let's just say that we are going to get Roman Rock. I know Miami's like, put it to bed, like it's not happening. Let's just say we're going to get Roman Rock. Let's just say the Rock, Cody Rhodes is heel. I mean, Roman did say Monday he wants one of those titles. So what if we get CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? And we get Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, part 3, heel Cody Rhodes versus face Roman Reigns, part 3 at WrestleMania. With this happening, the final boss shows up, Cody's Rock's champion, he costs Roman. Let's not forget, guys, that WrestleMania 43 is in Saudi Arabia, and they've already said they are going to break the bank to get the absolute biggest and best dream matches and biggest people in the industry to be at that event. They got the Royal Rumble and they got WrestleMania. What if this is all to set up Rock and Roman Reigns, the High Chief against the Tribal Chief, at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia? The Rock cost Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42 against the heel Cody Rhodes, costing the match. Cody retains to set up the year-long build, and maybe Rock grabs the microphone and tells Roman, I'll see you next year at WrestleMania. I mean, that's pure cinema, guys, and that's what everybody as Bloodline fans has been wanting. If they don't go that direction, if The Rock is not going to face Roman, then I think we flip the switch, and I think we see Roman Reigns take the title from CM Punk, or we see, that's a possibility too. Let me put that up. But I think, yeah, I mean, I think so too, but I also think that Brock's going to be facing Gunther in his retirement match. So, but I mean, yeah, it's coming. It's not far off for Brock as well. So, I don't know which way they're going. I'm still trying to put the puzzle pieces together. But if we're not getting Roman Cody 3, they're not going to do face Roman and face Cody at WrestleMania. They're not doing it. I don't care what Sean Ross Sapp says. I don't care what Dave Meltzer says. I don't care what any of the people that Body Slam. I don't care what any of them said. They're not doing it. They're not going to do face Cody, or they could do Roman and Rock could be at SummerSlam next year. I mean, it doesn't have to be Mania, but I think it's Mania because it's in Saudi. More money. Rock's doesn't he have a movie coming up beginning of 26 or beginning of, yeah. So I don't know.
He's got a couple movies.
Yeah, he does. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there, because I do think that Cody's turning, and for Cody to turn like The Rock or Paul Heyman, there's got to be a leader to this vision. We can't just go on like Seth's not with them anymore. Like Seth's gonna probably come back a face, so like they need that leader. They need someone that's going to be a champion. I mean, let's face it, guys. CM Punk's a champ, but he hasn't been champ long. Cody Rhodes has had a title for up and down for a while. So what if Cody is, if he's not joining The Rock, what if he ends up being the leader of the division? So, and then to Miami's point, you know, we could get Roman versus Punk at Mania, and Seth Rollins comes back and I don't see that though. I don't see any shape, form, or fashion that. I mean, he could cost Roman at Mania. Don't get me wrong. I don't see him helping CM Punk. I don't care if he's a face or if he's a heel. Those two absolutely hate each other. They ain't helping each other, and no form or fashion is that man going to help CM Punk in any way. He actually cost CM Punk at the last Elimination Chamber. I do think they're going the Cody Roman route, but I think it's going to be a heel Cody versus a face Roman with the final boss costing Roman, setting up that dream match, whether it's at SummerSlam or whether it's in WrestleMania. It could be SummerSlam of 26. I would love for it to be Money in the Bank so it can be in New Orleans and the hometown, but we know that's not happening. But man, it's something really big is going to go down. We'll see. I do think Cody Rhodes is going to heel. I really do. And I think that Cody is going to be the reason why the faces lose. I'm going to say that Brock Lesnar gets the pin on Jimmy Uso. Not nothing against Jimmy. I love Jimmy, but I don't think Brock's pinning Punk. But he could to set up a match with Brock and Punk if they're going to do Brock Roman at Mania. Somehow those four are going to be intertwined at WrestleMania. We just got to figure out which way that they're going with it. That's why this Survivor Series is a must-see. That main event, if you're not watching it, I don't care what you got going on, you better tune in because something huge is going to happen at the end. And I think for something like that, it needs to be a Cody Rhodes heel turn. Everybody that hates Cody wants him to go heel. And everybody that loves Cody, well, it's time. It is time. WWE. The Rock even talked about it in some of the interviews he did on Pat McAfee. Gotta jump on my other pod. Yeah, I'll be getting on there shortly to watch you guys. I appreciate you, Lady Alpha. I'll definitely see you next Wednesday for the NXT deadline on pay-per-view predictions. Appreciate you coming out. Shout out to Wrestling Divas Podcast. Give them guys a follow, a subscription on YouTube. Great content. Gimmick Table Media. So yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to say what they're gonna do. I just really think that WWE it's time for Cody Rhodes to go heel. I did think that maybe one of the face teams were gonna win at Survivor Series, but it doesn't look like it to me. It just doesn't. It looks like both of the heel teams are going to win. Obviously, you guys will see Friday, with whether Rhea's team AJ's team or Becky's team will get the advantage going into the matchup because Charlotte will be facing Asuka. But, yeah, Cody's turning. That now is the best time to pull the trigger on it. We cannot wait any longer for that. But I'm gonna go with the heels. I think Cody ends up costing them. And I think we could see The Rock. Or if we don't see The Rock, I think Cody ends up joining up with Paul Heyman and them, which that is a total shock factor to see Paul and Cody together. After they went to battle so many different times. Paul has put so many different men against Cody, and he has beat every one of them except for CM Punk. I still have a hard time believing they're not going to do Cody Punk at Mania, but like I said, We will see which way they go. Survivor Series is going to be electric. You guys do not want to miss it. We have 231 people watching the stream, guys. So this has been we've been going for 2 hours. I definitely didn't expect a 4-match card to last this long. So I do want to go to any last thoughts from DWE Reg, and then we'll go to Greg. I'll go to my outro. And then we will come back. Tell you, you guys can tell everybody where to find you on your socials, and then I will tell everybody what I have coming up. So, DW Reg, any last thoughts before we get ready to shut down shortly?
All I want to say is thank you, CJ, for having me on. And y'all got to tune in to CJ's content every week because he gets out good content.
Appreciate that, Reg. Is you know, the pleasure's all mine. Obviously, I'm delighted that you guys were able to come on. Love to have you guys back. You know, for maybe Saturday night's main event or something like that. I do have a couple people from Gimmick coming on for NXT Deadline. But so, you know, the next weekend after that, Saturday night's main event. So the pleasure's all mine, Reg. Thank you for the compliment on the content. And I definitely appreciate you coming on. Any last words from you as well, Greg, my video guy?
Hey, man. What Reggie said, man. Thank you for having us. You know, you're a part of the DWE family. So definitely check out his content because it is great. It's beautiful. I'm not just saying that because me and him work behind the scenes together, but his content is top tier. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe and check him out and check out everything DWE, Giving Table Media, and everything we got coming down the pipeline. You know, so thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, Greg. You guys don't go anywhere. I appreciate the compliments. They're much appreciated. Like I said, I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for being able to join up with DWE. You guys have given me that freedom. You know, being able to take off 8 weeks to deal with personal matters that's going on outside of this community. Miami, Final Boss Lady, like you guys have all been great. Me and Greg have been talking a lot more since I joined DWE. Greg's helping me out with a lot of my videos to preview my shows. You guys are busting y'all's ass to like promote my streams. I'm so grateful and appreciative of that. I can't really put it into words how appreciative I am to be back on here. You know, doing what I love, and that's talking wrestling, whether, you know, we agree or not. We're all family. So I appreciate that. I want less content. CJ is amazing. We're not the only ones saying it. Times Magazine said it. New York Times said it. Spokane Social Flyer says it. Oh, Michael. We're going to have a lot of fun Wednesday because that's a Becky Lynch quote. I mean, if Time Magazine is saying it, then, you know, you got to know it's true. But appreciate that, Michael. Love you. Shout out to Gimmick Table Media. Him and Lady Alpha will be on my NXT Deadline prediction show next Wednesday night. Don't know the time yet. I got the whole rest of the weekend to figure that out and get with them on that. But a lot of content coming. I will go over that once we get back. So what we're going to do, I'm going to promote a little bit of Greg's work as well. I'm going to go to my outro video, play a couple of new videos that Greg has made for me for this channel. And then both of you guys can promote you guys self. Tell everybody where you can find each other on your socials and stuff like that. And then I will as well. And then I will go over what I have coming up. So let's get that started. Please, guys, don't go anywhere yet.
CJP's your guy, let's start the show. Tag teams picking, factions shaking. He's got the scoop on moves they're faking. Belt on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. Let's go, where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show is out of control.
Let's go. You guys gotta love that. Let's go. So here's a little bit of work. Shout out to Greg. I want to promote his stuff as well. This isn't just about me. We're all family. We're all here to elevate, as Miami loves to say. So here's a little bit of a few extra videos that Greg has made for my stream.
They not like us. 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 They not like us.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed those extra videos. Shout out to Greg for making those. They're all fantastic. I think I have like 3 or 4 more, but obviously StreamYard has me limited. I have so much crap on here now. I spent an hour. I literally got Greg and Reg in like maybe 10 minutes before the stream started. I had to rearrange all this crap on here. It's just so much. StreamYard did so much damage to my page while I was out. But I want to first off, I want to say thank you to Miami the Great, Final Boss Lady, for giving me this opportunity with DWE. Welcome me to the family. Shout out to Miami for making my thumbnails for my YouTube show. He puts in a lot of hard work. He doesn't charge me. He never asked me for a dime. You know, he kind of lets me make my own schedule. You know, he's very supportive, reposts my streams. Final Boss Lady as well. You know, they checked on me constantly during my 8-week break. Me and Miami spent countless hours on the phone. We become really close, really good guy. Really great friend of mine. So shout out to DWE. Shout out to Gimmick Table Media. You guys are all amazing. I don't want to get emotional, but it's great to be back. With everything that I had going on in my personal life, going through a breakup, you know, having to move, having a baby, and then all the other stuff that's been going on that I'm not going to air on the YouTube stream. But, you know, also shout out to DWE, Reg, and Greg. You guys are amazing. With promoting my streams, promoting anything that, you know, I'm posting on X. And Greg, especially, you know, you with the videos, you know, like a lot of stuff, you know, like it gets aggravating. I know I get aggravating because like I can't get the damn videos to download. I'm like, Miami, I can't get the freaking video to download on Instagram, so I have to restart my phone. Like I need a new phone or something. I don't know what the hell's going on, but there is starting to work now. But thank you for all that you do, and I definitely appreciate both of you guys coming on. With that being said. I'm gonna start with DWE Reg. Thank you so much for coming on. Tell the people, the 236 that's watching us live on the EVP show, my ex and Miami's ex, where we can find you on your socials and if you have anything coming up.
Instagram, you can find me at Real Reginald Official, and then on X. Now we don't know which one they're gonna switch it back to. You can either find me on Reg Official with 2 L's or Director Reg. And what I got coming up is nothing that I know of right now.
All right, I appreciate you a lot, Reg, for coming on. I mean, you guys, this was a great show. We went over 2 hours and we had a crap ton of people in here, so appreciate you. I'm going to go to Greg next. Greg, tell everybody where they can find you on your socials and anything you may have coming up here in the future.
No problem, man. You can follow me on my Instagram, The World of Greg. My personal Twitter page, The World of Greg. my director page, Wise Man from Miami, and follow Talk It Up Podcast at Talk It Up Podcast. Miami and Final Boss, they do DWE Radio. Subscribe to, of course, the EVP, and subscribe to Talk It Up for exclusive content and social media, and definitely check out what we have coming up next, man. As for me, I have nothing more to say. I have nothing to promote, but you can follow me on my socials. So thank you for having me and Reggie, CJ, and I'm out, man. Peace.
Yeah, appreciate you, Greg, as well. Obviously, I am the EVP, the Golden Boy DWE. As Greg said, make sure you guys give Miami, DW Reg, the Wise Man Greg, give all of them a follow on X or any of their socials. Make sure to subscribe to Talk It Up Wrestling, Talk It Up Podcast, Gimmick Table Media, Kicking Out at 2 podcast, the Wrestling Divas podcast. Make sure you give all them guys a subscription as well on YouTube. So for me, you can find me on my socials. You can see it here at the bottom of the screen on X. It's at EVPCJP. Instagram at EVPCJP. I'm starting to work a little bit on TikTok with Reg's videos and promotions and stuff for my streams. You can find me on TikTok at Brady BRADYDA GOAT GOATT 21. And most importantly, guys, if you guys don't mind, with the 237 viewers we have, please like this video on my YouTube channel. It puts my YouTube shows in the algorithm, and it helps get me more subscribers. And when people pull up WWE wrestling or NXT wrestling, it puts it in the algorithm. You can find me on, or you can subscribe to my channel at the EVP Show. Obviously, it's at the bottom of the screen, and it's also in the top left hand. I don't know which way you're looking, but top left hand corner at the top, it says subscribe to the EVP Show. Like I said, I'm thankful to be a part of DWE. We're all family. Everybody's great. All the hard work that everybody puts in. I'm so. This is my first or second full week to be this is my first full week to be back. I think Friday will be like my second SmackDown recap. Or I don't even think I've done a Smack. Yeah, I've done. This will be my second full week back. So what I have coming up tomorrow is Thanksgiving. So for you people in America, or if you're in Canada, I know you guys, it's a little different there. But happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. The EVP is not doing anything tomorrow but eating and watching football. I'm not coming on YouTube. I'm not going on a space or anything like that. I'm strictly going to be enjoying 3 football games, going a little wild with FanDuel, and watching some football. But catch me Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time, as the EVP will be back on my EVP Show YouTube channel, my X, and also on Miami's X, as I am doing the Go Home Show to SmackDown for Survivor Series. It's this SmackDown recap. It will be on my YouTube channel and X at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, me and Miami will be doing a bet show again, showing you guys how to maneuver through FanDuel, DraftKings, getting you guys ready for the weekend. We kind of went through it on the Tuesday show, but then later on that night, and then obviously Miami and Final Boss Lady will be doing a watch along for Survivor Series. Make sure you want to catch that out. Make sure to tune in and catch that as well Saturday. And then Saturday night, I will be back after the post show at 11 p.m. Eastern for the Survivor Series recap, where I will break down all 4 matches and talk about all the craziness that went on at Survivor Series at Petco Park. that is pretty much all I have for this week. Next week, I'll kind of give you just a quick little run through. Obviously, I'll be back Monday, 11 p.m. for my Raw recap. Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern for the NFL Week 13 recap with Miami. And then later on that night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for the NXT recap, the go home to NXT deadline. Wednesday, I will be back for my NXT deadline predictions with Lady Alpha and Michael from Gimmick Table Media. I don't have a time for that yet. It'll probably be 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern. Probably 7 p.m. Eastern, likely. And then Friday, obviously another SmackDown recap. And then there will be a recap following NXT deadline. I believe it's on a Saturday as well. So yeah, a lot of content coming up the rest of the week. And then next week, we got an action-packed week ahead as well for the content coming here on the EVP show. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with your loved ones, your family. You don't never know how much longer you're going to be here or your family's going to be here. So make sure you cherish every moment with your family and your friends and celebrate Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I am the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE. And I will see you guys back Friday night for the SmackDown recap, the go home show right before Survivor Series at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. With that being said, thanks again to DWE Reg and Greg for joining me tonight. And thank you to 239 people viewing the stream on my YouTube X and Miami's X. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, comment. And I appreciate everybody that commented tonight. Once again, happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys Friday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern for my SmackDown recap. Good night and happy Thanksgiving, everyone.